Have you ever slipped into an outfit, stood before the mirror, and felt a quiet pang of unease ripple through you? The reflection staring back seems almost right, yet something's off, a subtle discord you can't quite name. Maybe the fabric hugs you perfectly, the cut flatters your frame, but still, an elusive shadow lingers, dimming the spark you'd hoped to see. It's a feeling many of us know too well, a whisper of doubt that creeps in despite our best efforts. What if the secret lies not in the style or fit, but in something simpler yet far more powerful? The colors we choose to wear. Colors wield an influence that's easy to overlook, yet their impact can transform how we look and how we feel in an instant. Some shades dance across your skin like sunlight, brightening your complexion and breathing life into your features, leaving you refreshed and radiant. Others, though, cast a heavier spell, sapping the warmth from your face, deepening shadows, and whispering tales of fatigue or years you don't truly carry. After 65, this alchemy shifts even more dramatically. The hues you've adored for decades, those trusted staples of your wardrobe, might suddenly turn against you, no longer harmonizing with the subtle changes in your skin's tone and texture. But here's the beauty of it. With a few small tweaks, you can unlock a palette that lifts you up, revealing the vibrant, confident, youthful you that's been waiting to shine. In this journey, we'll explore 6 colors that might be quietly working against you, shades that, despite their allure, could be dimming your natural glow. But this isn't about stripping away your style or banishing your favorites to the back of the closet. No, it's about empowerment, about discovering how tiny adjustments can amplify your beauty and bring your best self into focus. Picture this as a treasure map to a wardrobe that feels like a celebration of you. Stick with me until the end, because these simple choices might just reshape the way you see yourself and your closet forever. If you're new here, I'd love for you to join our community. Subscribe and tap that bell so you never miss a chance to look and feel your absolute best. Ready? Let's dive into the rainbow and uncover the hues holding you back. Number 1. Harsh black. Black has long reigned as the sovereign of sophistication, a color draped in elegance, timeless as a midnight sky. It's the go-to for gala nights, the little dress that promises to save any occasion, the shade that feels like a shortcut to chic. But as the years weave their silver threads into our hair and etch their stories onto our skin, black can shift from ally to adversary, especially when worn close to the face. Its deep, light-absorbing nature casts subtle shadows, accentuating fine lines and wrinkles, draining the vibrancy from mature skin until you're left looking more weary than worldly. Imagine Janet, a spirited 70-year-old with a laugh that fills rooms and eyes that sparkle with mischief. For years, she'd sweep into family gatherings in her signature black dresses, feeling every bit the elegant matriarch. The fabric flowed around her like ink, and she reveled in its classic charm. But one autumn evening, as she adjusted her necklace in the soft glow of her bedroom lamp, she paused. The mirror told a story she hadn't noticed before. Her skin, once rosy and warm, looked pale and muted against the stark black. The fine lines she'd earned through decades of smiles seemed sharper, deeper, as if the color itself was pulling the light from her face. It was a quiet heartbreak. She loved black, its power, its poise, but it no longer loved her back. On a whim, after a chat with a stylist friend over coffee, Janet decided to experiment. She swapped her beloved black for a deep navy sweater, then a charcoal scarf. Colors that echoed black's gravitas but softened its edge. The change was electric. Her complexion bloomed with a newfound warmth. Her eyes danced with life, and those lines, they softened into the gentle echoes of a life well lived. She felt vibrant again, as if the mirror had handed her a piece of her youth she hadn't known was missing. Now, this doesn't mean black must be exiled from your wardrobe. Far from it. Think of it as a supporting player rather than the star. Let it anchor your look in sleek pants, a tailored skirt, or a pair of polished shoes. Pair it with a blouse in a gentler hue, perhaps a creamy ivory or a muted sage, that lifts your face instead of shadowing it. It's like orchestrating a symphony. The lighter shades sing near your skin, while black provides the rich, grounding bass notes below. In essence, harsh black can still be your chic companion. Just give it a softer frame to keep your radiance front and center. This small shift could be the key to looking as youthful and refreshed as you feel. Number 2. Stark white. White carries a whisper of purity, a crisp promise of freshness that feels like a clean slate. It's the color of summer linens fluttering in the breeze, of starched blouses that make you stand a little taller, of wedding veils and new beginnings. But as we age, stark white, the bright, cold kind that glares under fluorescent lights, can turn from a friend into a subtle foe. Our skin, kissed by time, loses some of its youthful vibrancy, and this pure, unyielding white can amplify that shift. Instead of illuminating us, it casts a harsh spotlight, washing out our complexion, highlighting uneven tones, and leaving us looking pale, tired, or older than the spirit dancing within. Picture Margaret, a 73-year-old with a quiet grace and a love for life's simple joys, gardening at dawn, sipping tea on her porch, sharing stories with her grandchildren. For years, she'd cherished her collection of white blouses and dresses, each one a badge of her crisp, classic style. She'd slip into them and feel polished, as if the color itself scrubbed away the chaos of the day. But one spring morning, as she buttoned up a favorite white shirt and caught her reflection, something felt amiss. Her skin, once golden from years in the sun, now looked ghostly against the stark fabric. The faint lines around her eyes, souvenirs of laughter, seemed more pronounced, and the glow she'd always taken for granted had faded into a dull echo. It wasn't her, it was the white. Determined not to lose her beloved hue, Margaret turned to a friend's advice and began experimenting. She traded stark white for softer whispers of the shade, cream, ivory, a delicate ecru that felt like melted butter. The first time she wore an ivory blouse, paired with a rose-pink scarf, she couldn't believe the difference. Her complexion warmed, as if the sun had brushed her cheeks again. Her eyes, a soft hazel, sparkled with a brightness she'd missed. She looked awake, alive, youthful, not in a way that erased her years, but in a way that honored them, letting her natural beauty shine through. The good news? White doesn't need to vanish from your life, it just needs a gentler touch. Warmer whites, like cream or ivory, carry a softness that cradles mature skin, smoothing away the harsh contrast of their brighter cousin. They're versatile too, perfect for a breezy daytime look or an elegant evening ensemble. Try layering them with a pop of color, a coral jacket, a teal necklace, to weave vibrancy into the mix. If stark white feels too sharp near your face, let it play a supporting role in a skirt or trousers, topped with a hue that lifts rather than drains. This isn't about abandoning the freshness you love. It's about finding the white that loves you back, wrapping you in a glow that says, "I'm here and I'm radiant." If these insights are striking a chord with you, drop a number 2 in the comments below. I'd love to know you're here, sharing this journey. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Let's keep exploring ways to shine together. Number 3, neon shades. Neon colors burst onto the scene like a shout. Bold, unapologetic, electrifying. They're the hot pink of a dance floor, the lime green of a summer festival, the electric yellow that demands every eye in the room. In our younger years, they might have been a badge of daring, a way to scream our vitality to the world. But as time softens our edges and our skin takes on the gentle patina of age, these fluorescent hues can overwhelm rather than uplift. Their intensity clashes with the natural shifts in our complexion, drowning out our features and leaving us looking sallow, tired, or simply out of sync. Take Ellen, a 68-year-old firecracker with a spirit as bright as the colors she once adored. In her 40s, she'd rock neon pink tops and lime green skirts, her laughter matching their exuberance as she twirled through life. She was the woman who'd light up a room, her wardrobe a canvas of joy. But as the years rolled on, she noticed a shift. One day, slipping into a neon pink blouse for a friend's birthday brunch, she caught her reflection and froze. Her skin, once a warm olive, looked drained against the screaming hue, her eyes dulled by the contrast. The vibrancy she'd always radiated felt smothered, as if the clothes were wearing her instead of the other way around. It stung. Those colors were part of her story, her identity. Refusing to let go of her playful side, Ellen sought a middle ground. She traded neons for their softer kin, pastel pink, sage green, a muted coral that whispered rather than shouted. The first time she wore a sage green dress to a garden party, compliments rained down like petals. Her skin glowed with a healthy warmth. Her silver hair gleamed, and she felt that old spark flicker back to life. She hadn't lost her boldness. She'd refined it, letting her natural beauty take the lead while the colors played harmony. Neons aren't wrong, they're just loud, best saved for a rare, wild moment like a themed night out. For everyday radiance, lean into muted jewel tones or soft pastels, shades like lavender, dusty rose, or sea foam that lift your complexion without overpowering it. If you crave that neon kick, weave it into a scarf, a bag, a pair of funky shoes. Small bursts that nod to your daring without stealing the show. It's about balance, letting your face shine as the star while the colors cheer from the sidelines. Swap the scream for a song and watch how youthful and alive you feel. Number 4. Muted beige and taupe. Beige and taupe glide into our wardrobes like quiet confidants, neutral, understated, effortlessly elegant. They're the colors of a cashmere sweater on a crisp fall day, the soft taupe coat that feels like a warm embrace, the beige blouse that promises polish without fuss. Yet as we age, these muted tones can shift from soothing to stifling, blending too closely with the subtle paling of mature skin. Instead of framing our faces with warmth, they flatten our glow, washing us out until we look more faded than fabulous, older than the fire still burning inside. Meet Carol, a 75-year-old with a gentle smile and a love for life's cozy corners, knitting by the fireplace, sipping chamomile tea, watching the seasons change from her window. Her wardrobe had long been a sanctuary of beige and taupe sweaters, colors she'd chosen for their simplicity and grace. They felt like her, soft, steady, reliable. But one winter afternoon, as she pulled on a beige turtleneck and glanced in the mirror, a flicker of doubt stopped her cold. Her skin, once kissed with a rosy flush, looked dull and lifeless against the fabric, as if the color had leached away her vitality. The mirror reflected a tiredness she didn't feel, and it hit her hard. She wanted to look as awake as her spirit felt. Unwilling to abandon her neutral haven, Carol decided to explore. She swapped her muted beiges for richer kin, warm camel, soft caramel, a light mocha that carried a hint of golden depth. The first time she wore a camel scarf with a cream blouse, she felt a shift. Her complexion lifted, as if the warmth of the shade had brushed her cheeks with life. Her gray eyes, framed by silver curls, sparkled with a clarity she hadn't seen in months. She didn't just look vibrant. She felt it, a quiet confidence blooming from within. The trick with beige and taupe isn't to banish them entirely. They're too timeless for that. It's about choosing their warmer, deeper cousins, shades like warm sand or toasted almond that offer contrast without clashing. These hues wrap your skin in a gentle glow, adding depth where muted tones fall flat. Pair them with a splash of richness, olive green earrings, a burnt orange scarf, a deep burgundy bag, and your look becomes dynamic, alive. Think of it as upgrading your neutrals, keeping their elegance while banishing the blah. By steering clear of the palest beiges near your face, you'll trade washed out for warmed up, looking as youthful and vibrant as you deserve. If you're nodding along, drop a number 4 in the comments. I'd love to know you're with me, and if you haven't subscribed yet, join us. Hit that button and ring the bell so we can keep uncovering these gems together. Number 5. Dark purple or deep burgundy. Dark purple and deep burgundy sweep in like royalty, rich, sophisticated, dripping with allure. They're the colors of velvet draped over a chaise, of wine swirling in a glass under candlelight, of a dress that turns heads at a winter gala. But as striking as they are, these deep, cool-toned shades can cast a heavy shadow on mature skin, especially near the face. Their intensity creates a stark contrast, draining warmth from lighter complexions and leaving us looking more fatigued than fabulous, more muted than majestic. Consider Diana, a 72-year-old with a regal air and a passion for life's finer things. Classical music drifting through her home, a bookshelf brimming with poetry, evenings spent hosting friends with stories and laughter. Her closet held a treasure trove of deep purple dresses, each one a testament to her love for elegance. She'd worn them to every special occasion, feeling like a queen in their embrace. But one evening, as she slipped into a burgundy gown for a holiday party and adjusted her earrings, she caught her reflection and paused. Her skin, once a soft ivory, looked pale and tired against the dark fabric. Her bright blue eyes dimmed by the weight of the hue. It was a quiet betrayal. Her beloved colors no longer crowned her. They cloaked her in shadow. Determined to reclaim her sparkle, Diana experimented. She turned to lighter, warmer shades, lavender, soft plum, a rosy coral that felt like spring against her skin. The first time she wore a lavender blouse to a luncheon, the change was undeniable. Her complexion glowed as if the lighter tone had lifted a veil. Her friends showered her with compliments, and she felt it too. A lightness, a youthfulness that matched the elegance she'd always chased. She hadn't lost her royal flair, she'd softened it, letting her features reign supreme. Dark purple and burgundy don't need to bow out completely. They're too beautiful for exile. Reserve them for accents, a deep purple scarf, a burgundy clutch, where their richness can shine without overwhelming. Near your face, opt for their gentler sisters, soft mauve, dusty rose, or even a warm coral that brings life rather than heaviness. It's about finding the balance, keeping the sophistication you adore while letting your natural radiance take center stage. Trade the weight for a whisper and watch how vibrant and youthful you become. Number 6. Yellow-green and muddy earth tones. Yellow-green and muddy earth tones weave a tapestry of nature's quiet hues. Think olive groves at dusk, mustard fields under a hazy sun, the soft browns of a forest floor. They're grounding, organic, effortlessly stylish, the colors of a bohemian soul or a minimalist dream. Yet, as we age, these shades can turn from earthy allies to subtle saboteurs. Their yellowed undertones or muted murkiness often clash with the natural shifts in mature skin, casting a sallow tint that dulls our glow, making us look weary or unwell instead of warm and alive. Picture Lillian, a 70-year-old with a free spirit and a heart tethered to the outdoors, hiking trails with her dog, tending her herb garden, sketching landscapes in watercolor. Her wardrobe had always mirrored her love for the earth: olive green tunics, mustard yellow scarves, muddy brown cardigans that felt like an extension of her soul. She'd worn them with pride, a nod to the wild beauty she cherished. But one crisp morning, as she pulled on an olive green sweater and glanced in the mirror, she faltered. Her skin, once sun-kissed and rosy, looked drained, almost jaundiced against the yellowish hue. The fine lines around her mouth, etched by years of laughter, seemed sharper, and the vitality she carried felt buried under the color's weight. It was a pang of loss. Those tones were her roots, but they no longer bloomed with her. Refusing to sever her tie to nature's palette, Lillian sought a compromise. She traded yellow greens for richer, clearer shades: forest green, soft teal, a warm sage that carried life instead of lethargy. The first time she wore a teal blouse to a community art show, she felt the shift. Her complexion brightened, as if the color had brushed her cheeks with dew. Her hazel eyes gleamed, framed by silver hair that caught the light, and she stood taller, radiating the energy she'd feared was fading. She'd found her earth tones anew, vibrant, not muddy, lifting her up instead of pulling her down. These hues don't need to vanish, they just need refining. Steer clear of yellow-based greens or dull browns near your face and embrace their livelier kin: sage, emerald, or a soft taupe with rosy warmth. If mustard or olive calls to you, let them shine in a jacket, a skirt, or a bag, farther from your skin, where they can't cast shadows. Pair them with a cream top or a blush scarf to balance the depth with light. It's about curating your earthy love affair, choosing shades that root you in vitality rather than draining it away. Swap the mud for the meadow and watch your glow return, youthful and untamed. If this resonates, drop a number 6 in the comments. I'd love to hear you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed, join us. Hit that button and ring the bell so we can keep this adventure alive. Final thoughts. And there it is, a palette of 6 colors that might be dimming your light as the years unfold, paired with a treasure chest of alternatives to lift you higher. Harsh black, stark white, neon shades, muted beige, dark purple, yellow green. They're not villains, just hues that need a new role in your story. This isn't about shackling your style or silencing your spirit. It's about tuning your wardrobe to sing in harmony with the you of today. The right colors can do more than flatter. They can rekindle your confidence, warm your reflection, and shift how the world sees you, all while whispering, "You're radiant and you're enough." Think of Janet twirling in navy, Margaret blooming in ivory, Ellen laughing in sage, Carol glowing in camel, Diana reigning in lavender, Lillian thriving in teal. These women didn't lose themselves. They found themselves tweaking their palettes to match the beauty time had sculpted. You can too. Embrace shades that dance with your skin tone, that brighten your eyes, that frame your face like a halo of life. Let go of the ones that weigh you down. Not forever, but strategically, balanced with hues that celebrate you. It's a small shift with a seismic payoff. A wardrobe that doesn't just fit, but feels like home. This is your invitation to play, to rummage through your closet, hold those colors up to the light, and see what sparks joy. Maybe it's a soft peach you've overlooked, a muted teal waiting to shine, a warm caramel that feels like a hug. Tell me in the comments, what colors make you feel alive? How will you weave these tips into your life? Your voice matters here. It fuels this journey, inspires us all. If this resonated, give it a like, share it with someone who'd glow from it, and subscribe if you haven't. Let's keep chasing that vibrant, confident, youthful you together. Thank you for walking this path with me today. I can't wait to hear your stories, your discoveries, your triumphs. Leave a comment with one thing you've learned, one way you'll use it. Your thoughts are the heartbeat of this space. Until next time, here's to dressing in colors that don't just cover you, but crown you. You're breathtaking. Let's make sure the mirror knows it too.